I'm hopeful that we may still see that, because if you actually had a Trump administration that was actually, in fact, committed to intelligent governance and trying to accelerate, kind of the, kind of our AI capabilities, they would be working on energy regulation, land use. They would be working on, kind of saying, hey, what are the ways that we enable this? And that would be, I think, good, industrial policy relative to this. Instead, they seem to be engaging in like needless tariff wars that are going to, damage the lives of the majority of Americans, among other things. They seem to be thinking that, like woke AI is the important thing, versus the kind of leading in AI things. And there's literally almost no evidence to that claim, but it allows kind of political posturing for it's difficult. So I would say that I'm, as obviously someone who is a critic of this administration and who tried to get Harris elected, I actually am open-minded and objective. I was hoping that this would be a kind of a benefit that we would be getting from this administration. I welcome them to start focusing on the real things to help with an AI industrial policy that would be actually, in fact, keeping kind of Western society, American society, kind of forefront in the loop. And, we'll see.
Yeah, so definitely moving on energy would be important for the US to move on, and I think they still intend to do that. Is that the only thing that the US should be doing from the point of view of the geopolitics of AI?
I think there's a stack. So, for example, among the reasons why the tariff posture is damaging for America is that the tariff posture, I've already seen it in March. I was going around Europe a lot. I've already seen Europe start saying, oh, the US is an unreliable partner. Maybe China will be a reliable partner. And so maybe we should actually be working much more with the Chinese. Like the paradox is you have an administration here that's saying, we're doing all this because we need to be in this competition with China. It's like, well, if you're actually going to intend to compete with China, you don't compete with China by going America only, we are going to hit all our friends and allies and partners with sticks in order to do that. It's like, no, you form alliances and partnerships, and you should be saying, hey, this is the way that we're going to be working with you on these kinds of things, and this is going to be a positive thing. And so the kind of negative things around American AI are literally, I've participated in a number of conversations where the various both business people and European government folks are saying, look, we agree that we share more values with democracies and so forth, but if you're going to be an unreliable, imposing random tariffs, unreliable about access to these technologies, et cetera, and you're going to be doing not just America first, but actually evincing what looks like an America only policy, then maybe even though we share less values with them, maybe we should partner more with the Chinese. And so there's a whole stack of things that are happening that we should be more kind of call it partner-minded on in terms of what we're doing, that would be successful in saying we want to be the leader in the world in artificial intelligence, make it American intelligence, but you could only do that by partnering well. And I think that's one of the things that is a highly negative motion that's happening this year.
Okay, so US should build this coalition of Western or more than Western, but kind of Western values,
Western plus, yes.
AI. And I think in the book you make this point that we do want the democracies to lead in AI because they have the vested interest in making this agency enhancing version of AI future to come to be. So I agree with that. So what about Europe? So Europe now they either can play ball with, again, going back to the football analogy, play ball with US or China. Is that the only choice they have?
No, actually part of, I think what we want as American citizens and as also, humanists is we want actually Europe doing a variety of its own AI efforts. Now, whether or not Europe will get to the scale compute efforts, connectivity, although there's various